In the 21st century, a new currency of power has emerged, not from mints or markets, but from the Earth itself. Rare earth elements. They are the hidden ingredients of our modern world, the lifeblood of our most advanced technologies. From the F-35 fighter jet to the life-saving MRI machine, from the electric vehicles driving our green revolution to the wind turbines harnessing nature's power, rare earths are the invisible force driving progress. Without them, our high-tech world would grind to a halt. For decades, one nation has quietly built an empire, not of land, but of these critical materials. This is the story of how China forged a monopoly on rare earths, and how in 2025, it weaponized that dominance, holding the world's most advanced economies hostage. China's control over the rare earth market is no accident of geology. It is the result of a deliberate, decades-long strategy. The real choke point isn't just mining. It's the complex, dirty, and highly technical process of refining these elements into the high-purity metals and magnets that power our world. The numbers tell a story of staggering dominance. In 2024, China accounted for 70% of global rare earth mining. But its grip tightens further down the supply chain, controlling nearly 90% of refining and a staggering 94% of high-performance magnet manufacturing. Beijing used a carrot-and-stick approach. Export quotas and taxes made it difficult for other countries to compete, while Chinese manufacturers enjoyed a glut of cheap domestic supply. The result? A hollowing out of Western capabilities, leaving the world dependent on a single source. The year 2025. The world watched as China transformed its market power into a weapon of economic coercion. This was not a crude embargo, but a masterclass in 21st century power politics. On April 4th, Beijing fired the first shot. A new export licensing requirement for 7 critical rare earths. The process was designed to be slow, opaque, and debilitating. It was bureaucratic weaponization. Global supply chains seized up. European auto plants halted production. The world felt the squeeze. The supply shock forced the US to the negotiating table. A temporary truce in May faltered as Beijing slow-walked licenses. The message was clear. China was in control. Then, in October, Beijing raised the stakes. Expanded export controls, extraterritorial jurisdiction over products made outside its borders, and a ban on exporting rare earth technology and talent. It was a direct assault on Western efforts to build an independent supply chain. Facing the threat of 100% tariffs, China agreed to a 1-year pause on the most stringent measures. But the core of its coercive power, the April 4th licensing regime, remained. The threat was suspended, not removed. The 2025 crisis laid bare the profound vulnerabilities of the United States. The U.S. military, the most advanced in the world, is critically dependent on Chinese rare earths. An F-35 fighter jet requires over 900 pounds of these materials. A Virginia-class submarine, over 9,000 pounds. The green energy transition, a cornerstone of U.S. policy, was also held hostage. The powerful magnets in electric vehicles and wind turbines are almost exclusively made in China. The dream of energy independence was suddenly at the mercy of a strategic rival. The high-tech sector, the engine of the U.S. economy, was not immune. New rules targeted the semiconductor industry, giving Beijing the power to disrupt the production of the world's most advanced chips. The 2025 supply shock was a wake-up call. The United States and its allies launched an ambitious counteroffensive, a race to build a secure and resilient mine-to-magnet supply chain, independent of Chinese control. The U.S. government is pouring hundreds of millions of dollars into reshoring the entire rare earth value chain. The goal? A self-sufficient supply chain for defense needs by 2027. Texas is emerging as a new hub for this revived industry. But the U.S. can't do it alone. A friendshoring strategy is building a coalition of allies. Australia, with the world's largest non-Chinese producer, is a cornerstone partner. The European Union and Canada are also key players in this global response. The third pillar of the counteroffensive is innovation. With less than 1% of rare earths currently recycled, there is a massive opportunity in the circular economy. New technologies are being developed to reduce dependency on mining and create a more sustainable future. The future of the rare earth market hangs in the balance. Will China maintain its entrenched leverage? Will the West succeed in building a secure, allied supply chain? Or will the market fragment, creating a new multipolar landscape? The events of 2025 were a watershed moment. They revealed the new realities of economic statecraft in the 21st century. For the United States and its allies, securing a reliable supply of rare earths is not just a matter of economic policy, but a strategic imperative for national security and a sustainable future. The race for the elements has begun.